This video covers the introduction to the endocrinology. We're going to talk about some terminologies and facts that help us understanding the endocrine system. A gland is cell or tissue that make hormone and release it in the duct or blood. Secretion, when say this cell or tissue secrete make it the hormone or substances and release it. Endocrine versus neuroendocrine. Endocrine inside the blood release the substances such as hormone into the blood. Neuroendocrine make the hormone and secrete it into the blood. Endocrine. Melo-interior, the internal environment the cell and tissue live, is coined by the French physiologist Bernard. Metabolic function. The key difference between the nervous system and the endocrine system is that the endocrine system mainly controls the metabolic function of the body. Pituitary glands embryologically classification. So the anterior and posterior glands of pituitary gland are different physiologically. They are also different embryologically. They are derived from different sources. The anterior pituitary glands derived from what's called the reticular pouch, and the posterior pituitary glands derived from the neuronal tissue. So in this case, the anterior pituitary gland ends up with the epithelial feature, epithelioid, epithelioid, whereas the posterior pituitary glands end up with the neuronal features. Very minute quantities. The concentration of hormones inside the body is found in small amounts. With this small amount, they do remarkable physiological functions. They measured in picogram, that means millionth in the millionth of a gram. The adrenal medulla embryologically derived from SNS, sympathetic nervous system, especially from the postganglionic neurons. The blood flow in pituitary glands also difference. That means the anterior pituitary gland receive blood from the portal vein in the hypothalamus hypophyseal portal system, whereas the posterior pituitary glands receive blood from the artery. What's the key difference in controlling between nerves and so I mentioned this, the answer of this question previously, so I leave this question for you to think about it. Now we turn to stimulation the gland. There are three mechanisms for glands to be stimulated. The hormone stimulate the gland to release its hormone. For example, anterior pituitary glands release TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, to stimulate thyroid gland to release its hormone T3, triiodine, and T4, thyroxine, and triiodine, thymine, T3 and T4. Humoral substances such as glucose stimulate the beta cell in the pancreas to release its hormone, the insulin. Nervous system, for example, sympathetic nervous system stimulate the adrenal medulla to release norepinephrine and epinephrine. Now we're gonna talk about the gland locations and its hormones. Hypothalamus, the hormone it releases TRH, thyroid thyrotropion release hormone, CRH, corticotropin release hormone, GHRH, growth hormone releasing hormone, GHIH, growth hormone, inhibitory hormone, GnRH, gonadotropic releasing hormone, and if prolactin inhibitor factor or dopamine. For the anterior, this pituitary gland, there are two lobes. Anterior release TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, and the growth hormone, prolactin, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone. For the thyroid gland, there are T3 triiodine, threonine, T3, and T4 thyroxine. Parathyroid, DH, parathyroid hormone. For the heart, ANP, the atrial natriuretic peptide. So we forget this. So anterior pituitary gland and posterior pituitary gland, there are two important hormones, oxytocin and ADH, antidiuretic hormone. We need to care to be aware about that. The posterior is releasing, not secreting these two hormones. For the adipocytes, they release leptin. For the stomach, gastrin. For kidney, erythropoietin hormone and renin, and when 25 dihydroxycholecalciferol. For the adrenal, is above the kidney. Adrenal ad, meaning above renal, meaning kidney, adrenal above the kidney, epinephrine, adrenal cortex, and adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla, epinephrine, and epinephrine. For the cortex, adrenal cortex, cortisol, and aldosterone. For pancreas, CCK, cholecystokinin, and secretin. For ovary, progesterone and estrogen. For testes, testosterone. Okay, so for the next video we're gonna discuss specifically for each gland and it is associated pathophysiology, some of the pathophysiology.